Okay, so today we'll be talking about Jalota's journal mental ability test. It is an intelligence test, as we all know. Okay, so in this test, basically, um, first of all, this test is used to measure intelligence. Intelligence is that ability in which we think rationally, we deal effectively with our environment. So, this is the test. It is a self-administrable groupable test, and it contains 100 questions, and this test needs to be done in 25 minutes. That's why this is also called a speed test. It is categorized as a speed test. Basically, like you can see in the first question itself, uh, we have a question. We are given 5 alternatives, and according to our intelligence level, or according to us, we have to mark a correct uh, answer, whatever we feel is the correct answer. And it basically, there are nine uh, kinds of questions, like mathematical, and other questions are synonyms, opposites, and even more. So basically, to you can see this test. So yeah, this is the test, and after completing this test, we are provided with an answer sheet. Let's see that. Yeah, so like this, we have an answer sheet, and we have to mark all 20 items in each column. We have 5 columns here. So this is how the test goes: the aim, the intro, and then the introduction that you all have to write. Along with it, you have to make the diagrams as well. Yeah, these are the 9 kinds of items that I was talking about earlier. You are given opposites, number of items is 10, synonyms, analogy, classification, the best answers, you have to choose the best out of the 5 options given, influences, number of series following instruction, and mathematical instructions. Yeah, so this is what the test is. This is the design of the test that actually tells us about the test, that how we are going to perform the test. Basically, this test is used to tell about the intelligence, to measure the intelligence. It was given by Jalota. It's a verbal and groupable test, 100 questions, 25 minutes, and a speed test. We have 5 alternators. Subject has to choose the correct answer. The 100 items of the test contains questions having opposite, synonyms, analogy, classification, best answers, influences, number of series. We have talked about all of this. Now let's see how we have to score this test. After performing it, we have to mark +1 for every correct answer and 0 for every wrong answer. Column wise scoring is done. Like for the first 20 responses are in the first column, so we'll mark the correct answer and we'll give it +1 and 0 for wrong answer. There's no negative marking in this test, right? And after performing that, after calculating it, all the column scores are calculated, and then raw score, the total raw score is calculated. And after calculating it, we will find out the IQ. So how to find the IQ? We find IQ with the help of IQ Rechner test. The spelling is wrong. So IQ Rechner table, we use it. Let's see how it looks. This is the IQ Rechner test. So suppose if your score is 85, your IQ is 140. So same is the case with others also. But if your scores lies in between, like if your score is 62, right, or maybe 67, right, then we have to use a method called linear interpolation method to calculate this IQ, right? This is how the practical goes. the interpretation of the results. Okay, after calculating the IQ will have then we'll calculate that whether our IQ is superior, whether it's bright, normal, or average, or like the grade of our IQ, will calculate it, right? So here it comes, it was bright, normal. Let's see how to use the linear interpolation method. As you can see here, my score was 6, so my score was 70, and according to according to IQ Reckoner table, according to this table, my score lies between 68 to 72. So that's why I wrote here 72 and 68, and the after subtracting it, I get 4 here, and this is the IQ score here, like 120 here and 115, and here we get 5. So according to this, to calculate my IQ, which I put it at as x first, then 5 by 4 into 1 because 1 doesn't have any value, so we multiply with it with 1, and 5 by 4 is 0.8. So we get 0.8, and then we'll add to it, right? I added to 105, so this was the difference, and I added it, and I got 115.8. so since my score is 115.8, so my IQ lies between this, so it comes out to be a bright normal IQ. So then we write the interpretation that will show the linear interpolation method, and will give the references.